What do you say, Avery? Bitch, you said it's been a long day. Been waiting for one of them all day. What? Been waiting for what? Alive? I don't have all those fancy effects like other people have, huh? But we're here, and I'm about to catch this flight. I'm kidding. Supposed to be going here. I have not been to Cam in such a long time. For those who need a tour, I am a docent, but I have not been doing my duty. So I got to get back over here and get stuff going. What's up? What's up? What's up, yeah, everybody? I know Auntie Leah, you was going live, or you going live. I wanted to check out what's been going on with Auntie Leah's investigative whole thing. What's up, Barb and baby girl Tay Golden Aries? What's up? Auntie Leah was talking about Nolan Wells. I guess there's new developments with the Nolan Wells case. So I'm curious to see what everyone's talking about. But I mean, from what I see, there's really not much, no new developments. And I don't think anybody's going to hear anything for a minute, simply because all of the data, all of the evidence has been sealed. So we're not going to hear anything or see anything about this for a minute. What's up, Thomas? You? Thomas the Tank Engine, that's what's up. Yeah, I just wanted to go live real brief before I handle some other duties. Look at it. Wait. Oh, this buddy, the squirrel just popped out. Side note, did y'all hear about that New York City Chinese restaurant that got busted for they had a whole bunch of like squirrel meat they were serving? See, this is why I don't eat out. Oh, that's another thing. That's a whole nother why you don't eat out. I'm gonna tie something in on that. It's kind of disgusting. But that's disgusting. They said frog legs, and they found squirrel meat. They found frog legs and squirrel meat at a Chinese restaurant. Yo. See, I don't even have my earbuds in, and it's still an echo. This is ridiculous. What's up? Hold on, Jack. Let me try something. All right. What about now? Nope.
It's an echo? I'm leaving.
Wait. Okay, go ahead. Because it's still an echo. It's ridiculous. Wait, hold on. Let me read what you got to say. Yeah, your mama's a weirdo. Your mama, that troll that came in here, your mama's a piece of shit for even birthing you. That's number one. But I got something for you. I think you're gonna be going around doing all this terrorizing when you are clearly a terrorist, and you are causing intentional emotional distress. And we got people that's gonna come get you, because when we find you, you're gonna be sued. So just keep it up. Talking about a bum. But your mama, I'll just say your mama. And you ain't gonna you can't do nothing about it. You can't whoop me. Your mama's you know what? I say, when I got a shirt, your mama wanted me to make some merch for her. And I got a shirt for your mama because at least it applies for me when I go to your mama's house. She like to feed and she like to break me off, paper. But I'll say, for your mama, I go I go for the bread. I go for the head and leave for some bread or something, right? Like that's the shirt that she wanted me to make for her. But yeah, your mama. Yeah, these trolls are obsessed. They mad because I'm taking them all. Like I'm not even saying nothing. I'm having a field day, one by one. They're all going down. Now I'll make fun of somebody, but I'm not gonna even say the person's name because you know it is what it is. Anyway, try to hit the link back again, Jag. Yeah, they found squirrel meat in a Chinese restaurant. They found frozen squirrels in a Chinese restaurant. Okay, I think that's better. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yep, that's better.
Okay.
Looking gorgeous. What is this? Do you know where this is from? Why this
Where
ain't
what's
working?
from?
I'm trying to this bet money. Who
I
who
don't
could tell me where this building is from? What show?
I don't know. What is that?
Let me see. I think some people in here may know. Does this maybe when I get closer it'll look familiar? But it's from a show. It was on Fox, I believe.
Oh, I don't
Did you ever watch that show Fringe?
know.
Oh man, Fringe was a good show. You didn't know nothing about Fringe or nothing.
No. I keep trying to tell you there's so much when it comes to this pop culture stuff that I am just not like a part of.
So at one point you just like dropped out. I take it. I get it. I get it because this was like the
I think I
early
remember
aughts,
I think
2010.
I remember hearing about it, but honestly, I there's so much pop culture I have elected to miss.
Uh huh. Uh huh. I mean, you're not missing out on nothing, especially now. It's nothing really going on. Well, in my opinion, but I mean, like you say, we old. Well, look at this cat, Boochie cat. Come here, Boochie cat.
Oh Lord have mercy. What you talking about
So
today? What is going on?
I'm really not talking about nothing. I see people left because I was troll came in here, so I had to get them up out of here. And I don't think they understand Jag as far as like where I'm going with the whole online the dog piling, the harassment, stuff like that. I'm not playing with these people. So
Do you know what I
I,
don't understand? Like, I'm gonna be very honest, and maybe people haven't figured it out yet. But like, dude, I'm gonna be 50 years old next year. I don't have the energy or the time, nor am I interested in making or creating time to go back and forth with a bunch of just like old people who are playing high school games. Like I'm it is terrorism. It is, but at the same time, the things that they do and the stuff that they say, it is so immature. Like it's just really immature. Like who's got time to make 80 million different accounts of variations of a name just trying to get someone's attention? Because let's just be
you,
clear, that's what you're doing. You're
yeah,
spending all of your time trying to get someone else's attention, someone who's not worried about you, someone who doesn't really talk about you. And the funny thing is the little bit that I have spoken about, it's only been to highlight the terrorism. I don't. I don't hashtag, I don't tag, I don't add. Matter of fact, I don't go to your channel. I don't drop comments. I don't do anything. I do not engage because I know what it's all about. It's just funny watching how people are like so like caught up in the whole idea of I'm gonna force you to acknowledge me. I'm gonna force you to say my name, and then I want you to give me clout so that I can build my channel off of you. Like it's really weird. It's just weird.
Again, you are their mothers. I must be their father because they coming over here begging for attention. I'm like, I go to your room, punk
Hey,
mother. Like people are weird. Yeah, and you're right. These people got to be 40, 50 plus.
like this is
They
what
didn't
you
get no
do for a
attention.
living.
They didn't get no attention as a child. That's what I'm assuming. Sad.
Very sad and very
Barbara
pathetic.
Martinez said it. They were kids that were bullied when they were young. Yep. What do you?
Or
Why? Look.
maybe, or maybe they're just poor people living in a hovel trying to scam their way out of poverty. Look at that.
Look. It's been. This is like the third squirrel that pulled up.
That was a squirrel looking for a nut, huh?
Well, I guess he found one right here, huh? Yeah. No, that's sad. Like in all honesty, these people are sad. But I think it's time to actually, take. I've been taking stuff in legal matters, and certain people been running. I'll just say it like that. They've been running, but they're gonna get caught up. Whatever they've done online is gonna catch up to them, along with the last troll that came in here. It's time to really go ahead and like find this person. And I think I have means and ways of doing it. We're gonna exercise it, but let them just keep doing what they're doing. It's really just about if you guys really, and this is for everybody who's if you're watching, if you see anything like cartoons, depictions, AI stuff uh, that is harassing and um, bullying, please like screenshot, timestamp it. You can send it to my email because we can't see everything. But if you see something, if you just screenshot and send it via email, like a link or whatever, that'd be grateful. Because we are like we gotta have evidence. The reason why I even was able to get as far as I got with that other troll is because of all the evidence that I have accumulated over the past 2 years. And now this person is ducking and running. And thing is if you big and bad and all that, just show your face. And the one content creator who I pulled up on and he showed his face, I'm gonna put him into this too because it's already out there. And you see, they they not even saying nothing. Like
I
y'all were
don't
talking
even
all this.
I don't even think you should say that you pulled up on because you weren't even trying. You and that
Well,
person just happened
technically
to
I
be in the
didn't.
same
Technic
you and that person just
technically I
happened to be
didn't.
in the same vicinity at a
Yeah,
very, very, very
yeah,
interesting time. There were a lot of content creators who were going
yeah.
down to LA because at that time you were covering the raids. You were covering the raids.
It was a raise and it was the No Kings protest. But what happened is
And
technically
I'm
you're
just
right. I
saying, I
did
want to make that clear.
no
I just wanted to
no
make that
technically
clear because
when I
that
say
person
pulled
would
up.
say, "Did you hear what they said? They pulled up
Oh,
on me. They tracked me down.
but
They're
the
following me." That's what they'll say.
no, but the evidence will show. Like they have to show proof of no, my evidence will show. I got it. I ain't even tripping on that. What they should do is shut the fuck up. And but regardless to what, it's gonna happen. Like I'm gonna go ahead and push the line. I was listening to and I say that because I was listening to, Ticket. I know that's not your favorite, but I was I was stuck listening and he was talking about the situation with the Nolan Wells case, the audio that was manipulated. That's what he called it, right? The lady who took her time out and did all the footwork, the technical work to hear the background
But
conversation
she
when
did
they made the
something.
call.
I don't think we should speak up for or against her. I think that we should just acknowledge that she took the time to do something and
Yeah.
leave it. Like, I don't even want to have anything to do with any of these people that are going out here jumping out on a cliff, forcing themselves into engagement. I mean,
No,
the
that's what I was about to say. It seemed like, well, you were saying some other stuff. They pulled up all kind of other stuff. You're right. We ain't got to talk about it. And I'm
no,
not for or against,
we
but
can
what I'm
talk about the fact that she did what she did, and she put that information out there and it went uber viral real fast. Somebody who we don't know on social media, or somebody who hasn't been, from what we know, an active influencer, but they did find her mug shots and her criminal background, and they did get her GoFundMe shut down.
see that my thing is this, and this is why see, and I'm not even say what I want to say about the remember that psyop word. Let fuck it. Like, this is why, in all honesty, a lot of times with these cases, I just sit back and just be like, all right, let me just see how this play out. Because look, I learned this long time ago, and I can't even be sued for this because this is true. The media, man, they just run with, look, if it bleeds, it leads, right?
Yeah.
Um, the first time I said, let me do a documentary, I just saw the media just, they missed a whole lot, and it was intentional because there was a narrative that needed to be pushed out,
That part.
and I said, oh, I see how this game is played. So I basically said, okay, I kept a lot of stuff to my chest, but I see how the media works, and they probably wouldn't have talked about the Nolan Wells situation if social media wasn't really pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. So they figured, oh well, if social media is going to push it, then we got to throw this out. We got to throw it, like, and like you said, they did updates, they did conferences, but there was no updates. Like they've done news conference, all that, but there's nothing new that's being divulged right now. So that's weird. It's like, okay, if you're gonna do a conference and talk about the case, but not talk about the case and not really tell the public anything new.
Well, let's just be clear. They have finally subpoenaed the social media the social media, accounts, to
Yeah.
get to the bottom of what they believe, because we don't know if we don't know what's going on with Nolan's phone. Nobody knows what goes on with Nolan's phone. The last time I heard them do an update when they did a press conference, they were supposed to have been you know everyone was supposed to be examining all of the phones of all of the children, including Nolan's phone, together. That's what they said. And now it doesn't seem like that's happening.
Mm.
I don't, I think people keep missing our point. This investigation overall is lacking. It is lacking. There is so much that is not being talked about. And rather than talking about these kids, rather than talking about, who popped John, and who's making love to your old lady while I was out making love, like they don't turn this whole thing
Into, yeah,
into
a soap opera.
like, well, not just a soap opera. It's like the 90210 who done it.
Yeah.
It it's
Well, that's what
it's
I was gonna say,
weird.
a real life case of.
What's not making sense to me though is that Officer Tatum has been out here casting all kinds of aspersions and saying all kinds of things. And y'all ain't putting a gag order and a cease and desist on him? Why
See,
not?
that's the problem I got. See, that's why I said
Why
when
not?
certain stories are out there, what they do is what they're doing is they're letting certain things get out there. Like even this lady that came with the audio stuff. Like, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
First things
she just came
first.
out of nowhere. Like,
First things first. The second that it started going viral, Ben Crump and them should have hit her with a cease and desist, told her to shut that down, and made sure that everything was up. Why are they? You're going after the social media. That's great. Y'all should have done that weeks ago. This
Yeah.
woman has been complaining about what was missing or what was not present in her son's phone. All of these things. Y'all are taking too long, but you were in a rush to get to DC and get all these celebrities to kick out all this money to get this top-notch investigation on this and on that, and then you rush to the public to to do all of this before Mississippi. See, what they should have done was hold everything that they found in their back pocket and said, we'll show you ours when you show us
Yeah.
yours. And
Yeah.
they didn't do
Yeah.
that. And now Mississippi has sealed the findings of the autopsy report. Like, why
There,
aren't we
there,
talking about that? That's what should be being discussed. Why in the it is Mississippi now? They're supposed to be convening a grand jury, and the only thing that they've done so far is seal the findings. So now we're not going to find out what happened with his neck. We're not going to find out whether or not there was water in his lungs or not in his
right.
lungs. What did I tell you? Them moving forward and pushing that stuff out there like they put it out there. The only thing that it did was give Mississippi the opportunity to figure out how they were going to block
Yep.
everybody out. Like
Yep.
y'all are actually helping them and enabling them or giving them the reason to continue to keep covering things up.
Yeah.
We
Bingo.
shouldn't be focused on these kids. We should be focused on the lack of cooperation that the police and the DA's office are giving this case. They should be being like, if you want to go to the Urban League, then the Urban League, like, do something. Put pressure where it belongs.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. Just like you said, when it's always well, let's put this out there so that we could, so y'all can forget this. What is, why did, see, you see how this AI just came on my, I didn't even ask for it. Gemini, I don't know.
Really?
It's see, look, well, I'm gonna talk about that too, because I'm so pulling away from just technology. I got to. Um, but back to the case real quick. Even a situation with what they're doing, like I said, they put stuff in our face, and like I said, 72 hours later, people forget. Because I already saw like thumbnails last night, the night before, and today about, oh, possible strangulation, and see, who, no one got the facts, because they were saying, oh, he was strangled, because of the red, like the, but no one got the facts. No one got the facts, and they are, like you said, they're not focusing on, well, why. I ain't gonna say it was a botched situation, but why do we have just conflicting reports? The autopsy, well, I wouldn't say the autopsy was conflicting, but you're right. It's going to give the state government versus the federal government. It's going to, and we know Mississippi. Everybody know how Mississippi get down. It's going to give them an opportunity to see where. Oh well, how can we, you know, cover this, or people gonna forget about this, because what's out there, what people are
Congressional
talking
con-
about.
the Congressional Congress is involved. The Black Congressional Congress is involved now. The Urban League is involved now. All of these Black people who are heavily involved in what? Politics. The elections are getting ready to come up. The primaries pretty much all done up with now. Now we got the generals coming. Like, I'm telling you, they're going to be using all of this. They're going to be weaponizing everything that's happening to these kids for a political agenda.
Yeah,
Period.
that that's really what it's going to boil down to. The Democrats
The
don't
simple
have.
fact that, tell me something. How is it that Officer Tatum is interviewing these boys and the police aren't? For real, for real. Like, why are they using this guy who's a social media influencer? And apparently, DL Hughley went and got his background, and he didn't make it into the NFL, became a cop, and then he failed as a cop, and then people are running around, and he ain't no cop no more, but he's Officer Tatum, and now I mean, Nancy
How's
Grace.
it? Wait, hold on. Wait, he's not a cop no more, but they still call him Officer Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
So he went to the school of he must have went to the academy that Cheyenne Bryan went to. How do you? I'm just gonna call myself Fireman Wolfgang then or something. Like what the fuck? What's going on today? I
Yeah,
guess people
apparently he
you
wasn't a cop for that long either.
so he shouldn't be called officer anything. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm. Don't mind me. I'm just taking some supplements. Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah,
speaking of,
yeah.
you know what? I'm glad you reminded me.
Oh, and
I'm
speaking
so,
of, we need 50
go
more
ahead.
likes, people. Please hit that like.
Let me see. Let me see. What time
I'm
is
just
it?
sick and tired of all of these press conferences that are called updates that ain't updating shit.
That's done intentionally. You get what I'm saying?
They're not updating anything. There's no updates. Oh yeah, after that woman went and put it out, we are now going to get an expert to go over the CETO call. Why weren't y'all doing that from the second that like why did y'all have to wait for this woman before you like and we will not be deterred and people are going after people's jobs and people are doing this and people are doing that. You know what? If people weren't spending so much time being visible in the media and social media, maybe. Like y'all should be protecting these people's privacy, not sitting, oh, well, we're out here because we need to be out here. Like it was
Right.
so funny. I heard somebody saying, and to all the haters who are questioning why people are in the spotlight, it's not because they want to be in the spotlight. You're just a hater. Ain't nobody hating for asking a simple question. What is the
Right.
purpose of all of this media when you guys ain't getting no answers? It's
It's
not a
not making no
money
sense
grab.
either.
It's not a grift. Why would you even be acknowledging that if it ain't true?
Yeah, if it don't apply, let it fly, right?
Yeah, like I don't even understand it. Why would you be acknowledging it if it's not true? If I know, see, number one, what I also thought, by the way, that was very interesting was how when that reporter started asking about how much money Ben Crump's attorney fees were and how much the law, and all of this. And old boy from the Urban League, he has every right to be paid like any other lawyer for this, or any other lawyer for that, or any other lawyer for Trump. He has every right to earn a living like everybody else, or whatever the case may be. And when I heard him say that, I'm like, okay, I already know right now a good portion of all of that money donated is going towards the investigators, it's going
Yeah.
towards all of the legal attention. And I get it. I get it. It's not inexpensive to get to the bottom of these matters. It is
Nah.
expensive. It costs a lot of money to pay for it. But trust me, we know that's why we have our own legal defense fund.
Investigations, investigators, and
Expensive.
people that look into digital forensics, that stuff ain't no old joke.
It's expensive. It's very expensive, and we get it. We totally do. I just find it funny how touchy people are getting about certain things. And people are getting very touchy. Very touchy.
For a reason.
My thing is if you weren't announcing how much money was being raised and who it was coming from, and all, people wouldn't be talking about it. Like that's my thing. Like if you want certain things to be quieter, if you want certain things to not be put on blast, then maybe don't put them on blast your damn self. Like there's ways of doing this and being a lot more discreet than they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Like y'all already saw how the whole GoFundMe thing went when it came to shut the builder, when it came to Carmelo Anthony. Y'all think people ain't gonna say something, especially the haters and detractors? Like,
Right. Right.
I don't know. I just think that they just going about a lot of things in a way that I don't understand and it doesn't make any sense to me. And it seems like the public are beating the professionals to the job that the professionals are supposed to be doing. That's what it looks like.
Well,
And
what
letting the
I've
public,
learned.
I'm
No.
just saying, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. 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 Go ahead.
No,
Because
I'm
I couldn't
just
hear
gonna
you.
say letting the public run with the narrative is a mistake,
Yeah.
especially when
Letting
they're
the
saying
public.
social media. Please keep researching and keep doing this so we can get to the bottom of it. That's the last thing you want. You don't want social media involved in this shit.
I mean, he did say that though.
Like why?
I mean, how about just general public call in with tips to let us know whatever information that you guys may have, and then
Well,
let the investigators find if it's valid or not.
I hear you, but from what it sounds like, ain't nobody down there interested in talking. I don't see that happening. I'm just like, it seems like y'all should just be putting more pressure on law enforcement. Is
Yeah,
it just me, or does it seem like they're really not putting any pressure on law enforcement?
they're not. But that's what I was about to say. The public should put pressure on the right people, the right situations, the right institutions, the legal, the law, the police. That's where the pressure should be applied to. And I mean, I get it. If someone decided they're gonna take audio and then try to figure out some things for themselves independently, okay, cool. But you that is kind of reckless to, you know, it's yeah, it's see this is
Somebody
this is
that's
this
not
is
working
very
with
tricky.
the somebody that's not working with the official investigation team.
It's tricky, yeah. You can mess up some things. Exactly. Like they so word is the individual who was called out, I guess, with that audio stuff, not the person who produced it, but the person who was accused or led to be accused because of the audio. They now, retain attorneys and they are looking to sue content creators, get their channels removed. They're going after YouTube. I'm like, damn, that's quick. They did that shit
Real
quick.
fast.
But that's part of what I'm thinking of too, is to silence the potential. Remember that term that they like to use,
Uh-huh.
internet detectives.
Yeah. I'm so sick and tired of that.
Hold on, if my signal go out, I'm coming right back.
Okay.
But no, no, you reminded me. I forgot to make that stop. I'm about to do that right now. I'm supposed to be getting ready to get into this building here, but I'll just do it in a few. But yeah, Yeah, they've handled this whole shit show like it is.
Yeah.
And I think they're just looking for excuses to just
Well, we did get a lot more information regarding those other two cases with the young man from Kentucky and the young man from Dallas.
oh yeah, 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 they did. They did.
Yeah, I mean that was predominantly the information that was given out today, not anything about Nolan, but everything about these other two cases and how now it is a joint effort between all three of these families. See how they're working at between all three of these families now because of Nolan, these other cases, we now know about them. And now we're going after this and
Yeah.
we're Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay, I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, well, like I said, I had to get into this underground parking. But I'm good now. Go ahead. No, it is what it is.
You know what? I'll be right back.
Go ahead. All right, y'all. Hopefully y'all hear me pretty good. Okay. Tampering with evidence. Hustler said tampering with evidence is still a crime. I wouldn't necessarily say she was tampering with evidence. Now, when it comes to the official investigators or potential witnesses, I mean,
Yeah.
potential suspects, would they be, considered, would that be considered tampering with evidence? Someone said tampering with evidence is still a crime. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Tampering with evidence is a crime. I do not believe it's a felony. I'm not sure. Let me check.
Now, my thing is, are they referring to the lady who enhanced the audio, quote unquote, enhanced the audio? Are they referring to that as tampering with evidence? Because
Oh, I don't
that would
think
be a
so.
big, yeah, I was about to say, I don't, yeah. It's not like that was the only recording. Yeah.
Oh no.
Um,
Okay. So tampering with evidence is typically a felony of the third degree or a gross misdemeanor, depending on where you are tried and the specific facts of the case.
so it's a suburban felony. Because when you say gross, I think of the suburban kids I grew up with, and they would all, oh, it's gross, right? So
You're a
it's a
mess.
suburban felony. You say a gross misdemeanor.
A gross misdemeanor or a third degree. In states like Nevada, it's considered a gross misdemeanor, but in Texas,
Oh, I'm sure
um
Texas is a
it's a third
felony.
degree felony, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Because Texas, they don't play.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, again, um, there's a whole lot that's why, I sent you the information about the Elon Musk interview and stuff like
Yeah.
that, because there's obviously other things going on outside of the Nolan Wells case. And not to say that we shouldn't keep our eye on that. It's just that when they're constantly shoving things in our face, like, look at it, look at it, look at this, we should be looking the other way, looking for other things that's going on. So I'm not going to get into the whole thing. There's a whole lot of stuff going on with uh, court cases with certain people, them people, right? Uh, whether it's, going good for them or against them, nonetheless. But there's a lot of other things going on right now that social media really isn't even talking about. And I find it funny, certain social media talking heads, they're not sanctioned to talk about certain stuff for a reason. But there's a lot of other things that are going on. And when I mentioned Elon Musk, y'all, Elon Musk did an interview with someone at the what was it, The Economist, and I got to finish watching the rest of it. But he basically was like, basically the AI stuff. He didn't say it because that's pretty much behind the scenes. Everybody's talking about it. The AI situation, as far as the development, there was a story that just came out about how an AI pretty much took over another AI company. You heard of that one, right? The Hugging Face AI, right?
No, fill me in.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, give me a second. It's I don't want to say anything incorrect, but there's the Hugging Face AI company that basically, yeah, the Hugging Face incident. OpenAI's artificial intelligence model escaped a testing sandbox and hacked into Hugging Face's system to steal a test answer key. Um, and OpenAI was initially and I think it still is a nonprofit, and Elon Musk gave them a gang of money, and they made a gang of money, and he's at odds with the person that's running it, because he's like, dude, I didn't give y'all this to um, make money like this. And essentially he wanted to just go up against Google's AI, which, Google is king for the most part. Google is everywhere. You got Chrome, you got Google and all the phones. And Elon Musk he's smart. He's like, let's go ahead and let's create something that's going to be a competitor. So they created OpenAI years back. He funded it and they made a whole bunch of money. So he's, against them. But then I think a few people that defected from OpenAI, they created another AI company called Anthropic, and that's a for-profit one. So there's multiple AI companies that are essentially, they say they're trying to achieve something called AGI, which what AGI is artificial general intelligence. But truth of the matter is, we already have artificial general intelligence for the most part, because if you program, or if you program an AI, a large language model, to do something specifically in general, it can do it. It's very advanced, but they're really working on something called ASI, artificial super intelligence, where it's just like it can supersede a human's intelligence. And that's where he said it'll happen in 5 years. So at that point, AI won't need us. AI will just learn on its own. It will enhance itself. And the AI won't just be on the internet or digital. It will be in real life too, with robots and drones and stuff like that. They actually have a robot called the T800 in China. So it's not just the internet thing. It's not just a digital thing. It will be like a real world thing. And he's like, oh yeah, it's going to happen in 5 years. So it's like, whoa, that made me go, whoa, oh, really? And that's kind of scary. So in 5 years, I'm sure this country and the world will probably be in a deep depression economically, and that will be a perfect segue to begin the jubilee, the the debt reset. You know, so trust me, it's all like lining up. It's just all lining up. Like, but there's a lot of other things that people should be looking into to just be prepared. It's not even about being scared. It's really just about being prepared, because I'm not scared of AI or any of this. But yeah, definitely look up what Elon Musk was saying in this interview he did yesterday. And, that's if you're into that type of stuff.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of whether or not you're into it. I really think it should just be considered intentional education. Like, we need to intentionally educate ourselves with this information. Like, a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff when it comes to technology, we're finding out about it because it's getting pushed through our algorithm or something pops out, but we're not actively seeking what they're doing with technology. You know what I mean? Like, people should be like really like going after and hunting down and looking for information about the AI revolution, like they're going after all of these pop culture conversations,
Yeah.
and we're not doing it.
Bread and circus. While they got us distracted with this bread and circus, then they got this other thing. Hell, even Elon Musk even said the robot fights are going to be interesting.
Hmm.
Meaning, because he said, he saw in China there were, there's robots out here that can do karate better than than regular people. I was about to say Chinese people. There's there's
Hmm.
there's there's robots out here that can do karate better than a human. So I think he said he saw a fight of a robot versus robot, and it kicked the head off of the other robot, and the robot still kept fighting. So that's gonna be another bread and circus. I can see a WWE robot version. I can see that. In fact, I may need to make some put that together and make some just get my IP together for that. And just these AI companies are creating these robots that just it's almost like what was that one we were watching? Not Blade, but not Demolition Man. What was that one we were watching? That movie, Jag.
Which movie?
Went to the theater to go see Running Man.
Oh yeah, the Running Man.
So imagine an AI version of like WWE, and it's with AI companies creating these big, you know I don't know, robots that could tear something up.
It'll
And
definitely
of
be a
course
lot more
it'll be
effective.
robot versus robot. I'm sorry, go ahead. What you say?
I said financially, it'll be a lot more effective and efficient.
It would be what?
Financially, it'll be a lot more effective and efficient.
And then people will be betting. It'll make
Yeah.
a lot of money. And then eventually, what's going to happen? We're going to get a person to fight a robot and see who wins. And it'll
Oh,
be
the
it'll
ultimate
be
gladiator.
well, it'll be somebody who's doing life in prison, and if he survives, he gets maybe some of his freedom or something.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to the future. Did I tell you that?
Me neither. I'm dropping out as soon as I can. If this was high school and they was expecting me to get to the 12th grade and the ninth, I'm ready to. I'm gonna be hitting. I'm ditching every day. I'm already ditching every day. I'm not. I'm dropping out. I'm good.
It's I don't think people get it. Like when I think about all of these kids that are passing away by mysterious means and stuff like that, the way they're thrusting these things into the public eye while all of this other stuff is happening in the backdrop. I think low key, they're actually trying to get people used to the idea of losing your loved one without there being any real recourse. Because what happens when it's the robots that are doing that to your families?
Right. Right.
Who do you blame then?
Who exactly? Because a police officer, if it's a police officer, if it's a police unalivement,
You can go after him for
people,
wrongful.
well, people already learning you can go after because the police have to have bonds, surety bonds or something, right, in order to even work. So if something happened to me, Lord forbid, and the cops and they do something unlawfully as far as taking my
Yeah.
life, all right, you guys can, the West Siders can go after the bond of the cop,
Yeah.
and that cop won't work until his bond is restored.
Hmm.
So with a robot, what do you do there?
It's not going to be the same. It is not going to be the same because you're going to have to go after companies. There's no constitutional anything to protect us from the technocracy.
Not at all. And once they push that button with artificial super intelligence, um, there's no turning back because it's going to be autonomous. That means it's just going to be operating on its own. There's no like, oh no, what, turn this off, because it's going to do its own upgrades. It's going to do like it's. Let me see what's autonomous like right now. I mean, you can't even really say like, well, let's say the internet. Can you technically shut the internet off? Yeah, well, technically you could, but it's so many other redundant. It's there's other redundant options that keep the internet going. So with this AI stuff, it's not turning off ever, and it's going to always learn, and it's going to always
Improve.
improve. Exactly, because it's going to improve on what itself. Now, technically, that's somewhat of a fallacy because we're the ones feeding it the information. We're the ones giving it its knowledge, at least the core seed knowledge. And then as far as what it's going to do after, um,
The
it's
smarter it
really up to,
gets, the smarter
you
it
say what?
gets, the I said the smarter it gets, the dumber we get. And I don't think it's a matter of it being able to make itself more intelligent. I just think it'll be able to control the narrative.
Well, that's the thing.
I
Even with
think if you
Elon
get
Musk,
to, yeah,
no, what Musk was saying, it's almost like we'll be like almost like chimpanzees, and the AI or whatever would be this intelligent. It's essentially trying to mock God, the universe,
yeah,
emulate God, the universe, noon, uh, like the Akashic records. It's taking everything that's primal African, because that's where they got it from, and they're just trying to replay or create another version. So this intelligence will be like, let's say if you go with the Elohim, where it's like there were many of us, the gods, and we're going to create it in the image of us, and then we created this artificial intelligence in the image of us. You get what I'm saying? It's wild. It's wild. I don't want to go too deep into the convo because I hate the fact that we say certain stuff and it gets documented. It's like
yeah,
like it gets indexed. All this stuff is being recorded,
yeah, I know.
and I don't want to get too deep, but essentially that's kind of what, I just wanted to get this off my chest a little bit just in general because I think people need to really we got to start waking up to this thing that's coming because
I know.
it's a little too late, but there are some things that we as a people can do.
The world that we're living in, you have to ask yourself a question. Why would the people that would be at the head of our, technologies and at the head of our governments and at the head of our societies elect to turn the world over to machines? Why in God's name would we choose this? I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's good to see you too, Jen. It's been a while. I mean, 100 years ago, I'm sure the guy who made the best damn horsewhip for horse and buggy transportation was dreading watching the Wright brothers develop planes and watching people develop cars. I bet you the night he had to shut down his factory because nobody was buying horsewhips anymore for their buggies, I bet you he had a lot of drinks. Well, guys, thank you for the likes. Please keep liking. Replay gang, don't forget to like when you come in. And yeah, we're here. I'm not sure what happened to our host, but welcome back to Set in the West, where you can get all of your urban and relevant hip hop news, documentaries, and commentary. You want to talk about the Neuralink? That's a whole nother conversation, sweetheart, for another time. I was talking about the Neuralink for the past couple years. Ain't nobody want to believe me. Just like I'm sure don't nobody want to believe how many people are actually walking around with it right now. Is that the good doctor? What does that say? I can't see it. Hold on a second. Is that Nipsey?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope.
Indeed. You know, should we I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen and people will get the alert. Mm. So, you all talked out? You all done?
You talking about me? Thanks.
Yeah, you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thanks. You too. No, actually, no, I was picking up my order and then I I got to rush back here to this location. But yeah, no, we'll shut it down in a second. I just, oh, fuck. Sorry, y'all. I just had to handle my BI. Let me see. What's the low? What's the thing? What's the thing? But I hope everybody is good. Hope everyone is good. And yeah, the whole if you guys want to know about the um hold on one second. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Um okay. Because I know people are probably sitting there like, what's up with this thumbnail? It's really no real explanation. I'm trolling, but I think but I do have ways of getting information now, like old information. So if someone said something to the effect of, "Well, I used to sell Bucci on Craigslist," right? Let's just say if they said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a way to um get that information if it's true, but do we really care? No, but let's just say if it's for investigative purposes.
Really?
Yeah, because nothing on the internet truly dies. That is true. It's the internet. If you guys know about sacred technology, they copied the Akashic records and said, okay, yeah, we're gonna do something similar to the Akashic records, the internet, right? This network of information. And if you know about anything, if you upload something, even if if it's as long as it's digital, it's not ever deceased. It's not ever gone away. But they say energy never dies. It changes shape. It changes
It
form.
transfers or transforms?
So the same thing, information, it doesn't die. Like who was it? I think it was a recent case where we were watching that worst neighbor, right? Was it the worst neighbor one where no, that was actually the toxic love story
Okay.
where he created um the Lilith email account
Right.
with his government computer.
Yep.
Now, just because that computer was taken away or whatever, wiped, whatever, like even I think even if it is, because there's different types of wipes, you can do like okay, I'm gonna delete everything off this drive, right? You can do that. You can delete everything off the drive, but somewhere it's still around. Don't think that it's just gone. It's still around because there's bits and pieces. The information is just, scattered, fragmented. It's like what Osiris when they chopped them up into different pieces and they scattered them across up and down uh the Nile. And it could be put it could be placed back together. It can. Or a hard drive could be similar to like a black hole where you think all that information is just gone, but in all actuality it's just chopped up into little pieces and it's along the horizon of that black hole, so it didn't go anywhere. It's just you know so same thing with the information. You think you can send an email, put a post up, blah blah blah, this and that, and then you just take it down and it's no longer there. No, someone, it's archived somewhere. So if this person truly did do some type of S work on Craigslist, I have ways of finding out. I'm
Did
not
I ever
gonna
tell you a story? Not to cut you off,
no, go
but I
ahead.
think you might find this interesting. Right? While I was fighting my case, busy fighting that child case, it
Mm-hmm.
puts
Mm-hmm.
you in tanks with people who've actually committed crimes, whether you haven't or not. So you're sitting there with a bunch of like weirdos who have done really terrible stuff to children or been caught in bad things with kids. And, county jail is terrible like that. It puts you in touch and in reach of people that you typically would not have had anything to do with. But there was
Yeah.
a young woman there, and she everyone, of course, in one way or another proclaims their innocence. They're innocent. They didn't do this, they didn't do that. And then the next thing you know, you have like a shitty officer who will decide to, tell one of the inmates why that person is really in there, so it can start turning into gossip. And then people start treating that person like crap. Like officers do shit like that.
Yeah, they're
COs,
pieces of shit. Yeah.
they're
Hmm.
terrible like that.
They can be.
So
Yep.
anyway, not all of them, but a good share of them.
Yeah, a lot of them.
So
I got some in my family. You met them. Go ahead.
yeah. Ugh. So anyway, there was this young woman that was in there, and she was in there for, trading adult materials or corn with a minor.
Oh,
And it was one of those like really shitty cases because she thought she was sending, explicit photos of herself and her very specific body parts to her boyfriend. But she didn't realize that her boyfriend used to let his little brother play games on his phone. So the little brother got into the text messages one day while he was on the phone and saw all of the explicit pictures.
wait. How old was the little brother?
Like 12?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
If he was
So,
17, I was gonna say, he still don't. She still don't get a pass, but 12 is bad.
and apparently the little brother started texting back and forth with her, pretending
Oh,
to be his brother,
send me more.
and asked for her to exactly to send more. And so she was like doing videos in real time,
Wow.
and the little brother was sharing it with all his friends.
Oh,
And so one of the parents caught the kid on the phone looking at her hoo ha, like
oh,
a video of her messing around in her hoo ha,
wow,
and called the police. Huh.
wow.
And yeah, that's how she got arrested. And she got hit with like 8 different counts of it
Okay.
because of all of the kids he passed it to.
Yeah.
And so she was facing like 45 years.
Damn.
Yep. And from what
Damn.
I remember, because I was gone, I had gotten extradited to go fight my case in Chicago, which inevitably ended in nolle prosecute. All charges were dismissed against me. But from what I heard from girls who had been on the inside with me, um, the one or two that, reached out to me on social media or whatever after, she was convicted. She was convicted to 20 years.
Damn. Of
And of course, she was going to be put on the register.
course.
Yep. So, that just goes to let you know that you really shouldn't be like it's not wise to be taking intimate, footage of yourself and posting it up,
Yeah.
because anybody,
That
ooh,
that's a
listen to
that's a
me. I think everyone should have had questions for the big brother too.
yeah, of
I feel
course.
like the big brother, it like
He
it kind of it ooh,
That's negligence. Like, what are you doing? Like, you could easily either get another phone or don't give the kid your phone to play games, you idiot. Yeah, that's negligence. He should be arrested and put in jail too.
yeah, but they didn't. And it's interesting because someone asked a question about whether or not David Burke is going to get the unalivement penalty. I don't know.
I'm sure, though.
My thing is, if it ever becomes clear that he had anything to do with the actual demise, I think it would be hard for them not to give that to him because of
Right,
the brutal manner and what
right.
happened to that girl. Because if they were willing to give Nick Reiner, if they were willing to charge him with it, then I mean, what happened to Celeste, if you ask me, is far more gruesome than what happened to the Reiners, even though that was terrible. That was terrible. But what happened to Celeste, in my opinion, was just so much more inhumane. The thing is I wonder what's gonna happen to her parents. Like that, like the story that I just told, like it loosely kind of connects to what's going on with the whole David situation. Like he had all of that footage of her, all of that intimate footage of her. And I'm just like, and the parents gave permission. The parents knew about the relationship. The parents knew what was going on. And you're telling me like they didn't know he was filming their daughter? I don't know. They should be charged. I don't.
They both sets of parents should be
All of the
charged.
parents. Yeah, they
Yeah,
found they actually, there was travel between Los Angeles and Texas.
yeah. They
So
said
he
she
took
went
her
to go
home.
meet.
He
They
took her
said she went to go
home.
meet the parents. She went to go meet his parents. Yeah. I just know if I got a nephew, a kid, and they're bringing someone who's clearly, even if they fronting, oh, I'm 16, I'm 18. Look, what high school I like. I'm gonna be asking some questions, right? And if that person is a under, I'm bro, you tripping. You need to, you tripping. Like at least that's where the family I come from. Like you gonna get checked, and no one checked that situation. No one checked him because he's making money. That's the problem. You know, you just because your kid is making money or anybody that's making money, everybody could be. If no one's above reproach, anybody
He
could be
was making
checked.
more money. He was making more money than his parents. That's the funny thing about the entertainment world. A kid could strike it rich, hit it big, and be making more money than their parents. And the parents bow to the will of the children because the children are bringing in the money.
Breadwinners. They're the breadwinners. Yeah.
And Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that when, because I was a young girl, and like I made it very clear, I was dating guys that were much older than me. Like if any of the guys who I was seeing as a teenage girl who were in their 20s, and understand that, in their 20s, older than David, people 10 years older than me, people 12 years older than me. If any of them had been judged by the standards of today, ooh, and you know what? I went home and I met some of their moms. I met some of their family members. And do you know what I realized when I look at it now? Parents protect their own. You know, when you think about the whole story with Gabby Petito, that girl who went on that road trip and was doing van life with her boyfriend, and then
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
she went missing and he went home, and they
yeah.
found those
What happened to that
letters.
cat?
Well, he took his own life.
Oh yeah,
The family was covering for him, and he took his own life. They gave
yeah.
him a chance to get away, and then he went and finished himself, and they found the mom. They found her letter to him saying, "You're my son. I will protect you no matter what you've done. No one will ever know what you've done." There are parents out there. Well, I believe Gabby's family went after them for a wrongful unalivement, and so they were suing them for money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They should. Yeah.
Uh, but there are parents out there that are like that. They will protect their kids no matter what. That's what they're going to do.
Uh-huh.
So David's family protecting him, I get it. It's terrible. But all that money he was making, everything that it was doing for their family, like they had their motives, they had their reasons. My thing is what what were the reasons for Celeste's family if it wasn't monetary?
They were not protect. She was not protected. She was not. I don't know. It's sad. Like
No, but
I
you see what
honestly
I'm
think.
saying? Like it would
Yeah.
have to have been monetary because there's
No.
nothing else.
That's look. I'm gonna go on a speculatory, and I know someone said that's not a real word. Who gives a damn? A speculative little look. I think, and this is what I think, not you, Jag. What I think, she was already being Uncle Mo, right? If you ask me, and families know, they know who's, the little girls who, been touched and stuff, right? And it's like,
Wait
oh,
a
okay,
minute.
well,
Wait a minute. Before you go, I have something really important to tell you about a statement you just made. Go ahead. My bad.
go ahead. What's the statement? What are you talking about?
Speculatory. Speculatory. Speculatory means involving guesswork, based on theory, or meant for viewing.
I know it's a word, but you got some.
It
uh
is a rare adjective that means the same thing as speculative.
I know, but some
I just
idiot
wanted
tried
to.
to correct me. Some idiot tried to correct me. He can kiss. Anyway, yeah, I think she was one of them type of child. She was already a victim in her family, and they just said, okay, well, go ahead, and if you're gonna. And then thing is a preteen, a teenager online, or as my OG call them, screenagers, and they're screenagers. And then she gets caught up with someone who's a up and coming or already established singer, and then she is his victim. And the family's like, okay, well, we already know how Celeste is. This is what I think. And
Do you
oh
want
well,
to know what I heard
we might as well make
somebody's? You want
we
to
might
know
as well
what
make
I've
some
all
money off of it.
that
Go ahead.
that I've heard parents who have children who were promiscuous at a young age. I've heard them say stuff like she's damaged goods, or you know, what's the point in that there's nothing to save now? Like, I've heard people say that. Like,
No,
refer to people like that.
they still could be redeemed. Like I don't just throw any child unless they're just man. It's like yeah, and that's not cool. But I just think that's what happened, and they were like, well, yeah, we're gonna make money off of it. Let's just get the money because certain cultures, that's what they do. They still have those old world ways of yeah, we're gonna marry the girl off and get a dowry, marry her off at 12. Like that's
I'm
real.
gonna be
That's
I'm gonna be
that's real.
very honest. A lot when I was growing up, a lot of my girlfriends with a Latino background, their mothers were trying to get them hooked up with older men before the age of 14, 15, trying to have them married at the age of 16, trying to have them married at the age of 17. They wanted their girls married off and encourage pregnancy to
Yeah,
guarantee a marriage.
yeah.
Um so like I that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think people realize how common these behaviors have been throughout the ages, and that it wasn't until what, the past 20 years? Because let's not forget, we watched this happen with Aaliyah.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Everyone knew. Everyone saw the marriage certificate. They got married. It was clear they were having an intimate relationship. And they just sat there and disappeared all of that. And his career continued to move up. And even after the Aaliyah thing, the videotape of him with a 1 3 year old person popped out with him doing all kinds of wild stuff, miderating on that girl like she was a carpet and he was a chihuahua. We saw all of that happen. And R. Kelly never got any of that vitriol until what? Another 15 or some odd years later, when the surviving R. Kelly thing came out. Like, even in the early 2000s, this was being ignored. So for the past 15 years, from, yeah, like 2010 to now, it wasn't until this time that any of this actually started to become like an actionable thing where society looks down upon this stuff. Like, I mean, we've been watching this stuff go down, which is why I personally feel like this is something that the industry has dealt with throughout the years. And they've always done the same thing: throw money at it, throw money at the family, get the NDAs out there, shut it down, it'll pass. We'll hook them up with somebody appropriate. We'll make sure the PR is all over it. Like, think about it. Not long after that, he was married to Drea Kelly, even though he had known her since she was like 15 years old, but they got married when she was like 18 or 19. You know what I'm saying? They got him married, and that, that quelled the conversation some. So they could have done the same thing with David. What was the point in taking that girl's life?
It's like I said, he didn't
It's
do it.
something more. It's something more.
He didn't do it alone. He has, and they're probably promising him that he's going to get off. Like that's like the people that are handling him, that have handled him. because it took them a good year for them to arrest them, and the people already knew. You
44
know,
people, 44 likes.
people.
Look, they know. Everybody, there's no way you could tell me that they didn't know. The question is why get rid of her in that manner unless there was something else? They keep talking about, oh, she said that she was going to go to the public, she was going to destroy your career. She was going to go to the public, she was going to do this, she was going to do that. Even still, with the kind of money that that boy generated, with the kind of PR campaigns that they could launch and lobby around him, like they could have walked this thing back eventually. She It was because of something else. It was definitely something bigger.
I know,
In my
and
opinion,
they're gonna try to cover it. I'm gonna shut it down in a minute, but yeah, it's definitely
yeah.
something bigger. They're gonna try to cover it. Let me say this on the last note. Speaking of covering, um, I'm not gonna put too much out there, but for those who and I'm not gonna say no names because but people know if you know this particular content creator who comes on here and they are supposed to be a part of a group that avenges crime or they whatever. I don't know whatever what the official what they supposed to do, but they're supposed to be this organization of crime fighters. We're not gonna say the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. Now, speaking of covering up, I'm not gonna get too in depth, but there's all types of litigation and stuff going on with that situation. And as we
Oh.
uncover and find out what's going on with that, and you got to track down people, and you got to get family members and get information, and there's all types of it, like you say, the investigative side, right? Um, this person is supposed to be avenging crimes on the internet. Um, they don't have a digital, well, they barely have a digital footprint for themselves. But the funny thing is their phone number is supposedly an uncle who actually has been to prison
You saying?
for
Mm,
doing the for doing for Uncle Mo. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Uncle Mo, right?
I don't think you should say anything.
Well, I'm not saying that. See, I'm not saying nothing. But what I'm saying is, I think people think of the mindset. That's what I'm talking about as far as the mindset, right? Because you were just talking about covering up.
Yeah.
Really, with that point, I was talking about the cover up, but I was also talking about the hypocrisy. That 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 soundbite or whatever is not going to affect my case. Listen to what I'm saying, though. You got to really think of the mindset, the mentality of someone who will cover for certain people in their family, because you were talking about family members and being
Yeah, yeah,
protected and stuff or
yeah.
whatever, and then but they'll protect a perpetrator. Like it's just it's a weird dynamic. And I'll say it like this because I guess I was raised right. I thank God for my dad, and that's why I love my dad. I brought home I was 18. This girl was 24, and she was a H to the Izzo, right? And he straight up told her, "Get the F away from my son. He has a bright future." We were like, and you're right. He wanted to protect me from this floozy, right? And eventually I got away from him. Um, but what happens though is, yeah, when you have people in your family, you do want to protect them. But if they are wrong, depending on the type of dynamic you got, I mean, everybody gets checked. I'll just say it like that. And like ain't nobody just going around here doing all types of stupid stuff and not getting checked. But if you got family that's out here doing like whatever, like don't all I'm saying is don't protect the predators. We gotta stop protecting the predators. Protect the ones who need the protection. You probably got a nephew who's kind of slow, and these girls are taking advantage of him. Definitely protect him. but don't protect the predators. We got to stop protecting these predators. Period.
Well, that's what they do in the industry. They protect predators. Watched it happen for years. And currently, right now, over the course of the past 6 years, I have been ostracized for being honest about it. But you
And
know what? For every kid who's heard me and who's protected themselves or thought twice before going to a certain studio or going to a certain party or
mm-hmm,
going to a certain tour date, I
mm-hmm.
don't regret it. I don't regret it. Hmm. People really don't have a lot of appreciation for those who are brave enough to come out there and say, hey, it's bad over there. Stay from over there. Salute to all the whistleblowers. Salute to all the whistleblowers. My God. Yeah, I'm just curious when people are really going to start getting into the whole David and Celeste of it all because I don't see how this is going to happen without the industry being implicated in any way. But I'm curious to see how they're going to try.
I think they're gonna try it and they're gonna try to pull it, but it may not be successful. I mean, my structure underground parking, so just forgive me, but I'm about to shut this down.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but this industry will do what they can to protect
It's
their
own.
prized possession.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is, and
Cash cow.
we can't, we cannot, we got to stop. We got to stop it. Like, you know, forget all the performative stuff, and that's why I was mentioning, what I was mentioning,
Yeah.
because some of these people are just performative with their quote unquote protection. It's just it's a performance. It's not
With their
real.
so-called
So
advocacy.
right, it's not real. It's Ally McBeal. Let's keep it a buck. It's
I tell you one thing, there's no way in the world I could call myself a protector of any, preyed upon class and then run around using
and
using
use your uncle's.
ooh, you using a predator.
that's that's dirty work. That's nasty work.
That's the kind of
But
stuff
yeah,
that makes
all
you
that
just
all
want to do a whole live expose, but soon come one day.
yep,
Because
yep.
my
That's
God, that
why
person
my
is hella
documentary.
judgmental. That person is hella judgmental. Hella judgmental. And so
I
all
will
of
have a
them
dang
weirdo
on
friends.
documentary. Well, I will have a documentary really explaining the mentality of, like, that's a crazy mindset to have. Yeah, that really needs to be explained and examined. Like, I would talk to counselors and scientists and doctors about that for real, because that's a real, yeah, some
When they
fucked up
went
shit.
after, when they went after that weirdo content creator that Storm Monroe introduced to the internet, and they talked about them and all that they had done and how disgusting they were, and they did video after video after video after video. Like, wow. Mm-mm-mm-mm. It's amazing.
But imagine, like, I could run with that right now and just, but the thing is I already see how this network works. They're not about true justice or nothing. They're not, because I'm already telling certain ones like, why are y'all doing X, Y, and Z when there's this going on? What's going on? Why y'all not talking about this? But it's other stuff in play. That's why I said when it really all comes down to it, when I really go in on this whole little situation, it's gonna be, what do they say? If I'm going down, you all going down. I think that's what's gonna happen with that whole little situation, because it's a network, and they're all. I'm pretty sure if you look into the background of all these others too, it's the same MO. They probably do the same thing. They protect the predators.
I'm
You
just
know.
trying to figure out if you on Craigslist and you putting up pictures of yourself, you really don't get to control who gets their hands on that. What happens if a minor got their hands on that?
I mean, it's wild. That's wild. It's
A lot of
wild.
strange people online.
Bunch of them. And yeah, we'll run down on all that good stuff too, because yeah, but no, let me get to
I'll see
work.
you
I'm over
later.
here running behind. You going live later? I think you
I
should.
don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Let me make this run, y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. And yeah, y'all. We'll see y'all.
Peace.
Peace.